This is a special comic book video. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, I bought my very first Golden Age comic book. It was Action Comics number 124, published in September 1948. I was very, very happy about it, very excited. And I wanted to do a special, and a little more into it, video after the unboxing, maybe showing it off a little bit. You know, a few of the things wrong with it and have the condition a little closely. So I thought I'd do a special video just on that. For now, always be careful when handling a very, very old 71-year-old comic book. I had wanted to buy a book, Golden Age, but it was a question of which one. Do I want Action Comics? Do I want Superman? Since I obviously couldn't have Spider-Man, since Spider-Man's creation was right there along with the birth of the Silver Age. So Superman, it left really only Superman, since Superman and Spider-Man are my two passions. And so it was a question of which one. I thought, well, since Superman was, and Action Comics and Superman was really the start of the entire superhero thing in comic books, for real. Action Comics starred Superman. I thought it was perfect to get an Action Comics. And while coverless might work on some cases, for some things, you know, it just depends on your preference or criteria. Certain books I would do coverless. Otherwise, you know, like a modern book, like hell no. It has to be cover included, cover attached. You know, there's just things you just don't do with certain books. But an Action Comics, or an older comic like that, maybe sort of, but for my first Golden Age book, it had to have the cover attached. So this is a very dull, grimy, dirty version. There is a stamp up here, I think by the person's, you know, name who owned it, Norman W. Hilton Jr. There is a 25-cent color pencil, you know, up there between the 10-cent and the issue number, above Action Comics. There is a tear, very, very light, or very shallow. See if I can carefully do this. Right here, it's sealed with tape on the inside. And there's a little hole right there, along with, looks like ink. Because it looks like someone had scribbled on it a bunch of lines. Maybe I can get just the right angle. You know what happens when you run out of ink on your pens and you're scribbling? It looks like it was done here a lot. But it looks like it was done with a pencil on the surface. There's tape on the outside, because it looks like, and it looks like there's a tear, small tear right here, because it looks like there is tape on the inside of the front cover and the back cover right there. You can see, because I'm pretty sure the cover is detached and it's put back together with tape. And another one, there's a tear right there. You can see it. Can't see anything else in the cover, front cover. Oh yeah, there's a spine split right here, down to where the first staple would be, and the only thing that's holding it from getting worse is the tape. Some tears, some of the spine there. So not the prettiest belle at the ball, but hey, at least I got a dance. Sometimes all you can ask for is a dance, a partner. Okay. very carefully. One of the other reasons I'm convinced that its cover is detached, because it doesn't look like the cover is attached in the front, but there's obviously spine roll on the back here. Just as dirty looking as the front cover. And like I said, there's clearly tape holding it on the outside. But there's a little bit of chipping, there's like a little bit of tear. Let me see in the corner there. Don't want to get that there. There you go. And just dirtiness and all that. But otherwise, the back is just a little bit better shaped than the front, but not much. Okay, there's one little tear there. Another tear there. But I don't know if I can show you real well easily. But there is right there above the A here that spells ask on the bottom here. There is tape there. It's kind of stickiness, but fold over. Looks like the page here was folded and set back in place. Let's see. Not quite the spine. I think it's one more over, maybe. I think I went in the wrong direction. I hate trying to find the spine or the centerfold in these books. Alright. There is right there, you can see the staples. See if I can get just the right amount of glare or the right amount of light, I might be able to shine. The staples are there. Centerfold looks like it is attached. Or it's definitely attached on the top staple. Bottom staple. Bottom staple is attached too. So that's good. And I was honestly expecting far worse. Careful, careful, careful. Expecting far worse in a page quality. But colors are clean. Doesn't look like they really run, like I've seen some. Only a little bit of on some things, but maybe that's just the printing error because of the small details. I do not know if that was meant to be there or not. The that little bluish line with the dog. I'm not sure if it's meant to be. No, I'm not sure if it's meant to be. It probably is meant to be shadow, because it almost looks like crayon or drawing, but it's probably not. It's probably meant to be there. Yeah, I think so, because the curtain over here behind the guy has the same kind of blue pattern printing wise. So yeah, it's just my imagination. This is my first time really checking out, you know, a Golden Age book. Only ones I've seen are already sealed up or sealed up or shown on a show like this. I have no idea, because this is before Action Comics became purely Superman, and they had a whole bunch of comics mixed in there. So I have absolutely no idea what story is complete or not, because if it's complete or not. I mean, I believe I looked through it once before here, and it was complete, so I don't quite remember. Yeah, because that looks like off-white coloring. So this tan, off-white, cream, I don't know, because it looks off-white in some of these margins, so it's impressive that the page quality could literally be, if I can get the right, I don't know, I can't quite get the right look, but it looks to me like it'd be white in between some of these things. Yeah, because I don't get it, because I'm near the back of the book, and this is definitely not page 6. It's page 6 of this story. Bunch of Western. BB. Looks like a early Peanuts or I don't know. I've seen, it reminds me of a cartoon in the Sunday paper I remember seeing. Dennis the Menace. It has a Dennis the Menace kind of feel to me. So this is a mobster kind of dinosaur look. Zatara, the Master Magician. Yeah, that's the woman mentioned on the cover, I think. No? But anyway. So it has Zatara, Zatanna's father. If my superhero knowledge is holding up. Definitely old school. You won't see a cigarette pack that I know of in any comic book. If you do see cigarettes, it's people just holding one outline shadow kind of one. You're not really seeing it. I mean, might hold a cigar or whatever, but you're not seeing whatever, brands like that. You don't see things advertised. Kind of reminds me of Superman 2 with Christopher Reeve when Zod and his 2 sidekicks come to Earth, whatever, and they throw Superman and he goes crashing through a Marlboro truck. I remember my dad made the comment, "You don't see that in movies anymore." I'm like, what? Oh, you don't see stuff like cigarette trucks or cigarettes being advertised in movies and TV shows anymore. It's just ever since it became, taboo, stereotype, cigarettes bad for you kind of a thing. You don't see that kind of stuff because the public outcry and all that. So this Superman has 12 pages to it. So that's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The very start. Superman, a Superman of Doom. I also bought this one. I like this one because it's not a key. It's definitely not a key. But it is, because it would be more expensive if it was. The key that I saw came right before it, 123, the first time it mentioned, first time Superman flew. It mentioned that one. So that would have been cool to have, but I had no idea if that one was even for sale, let alone how much it would have been. But this is definitely, it presents well enough. It no pages are missing. And I was looking earlier when I first got it, in the oversheet, guide to grading. And at best, I thought it might have been a good plus, a 2.5. Because cover does have significant wear. It is loose or detached to staples. Date stamps does not affect grade. Nearly no reflectivity or to no reflectivity. Spine split up to 1.5 inch split, so it might be more. Centerfold doesn't apply here because it's not loose or detached. And the pages are definitely better than, some might have been close to tan, cream, brown. Definitely preserved in readability, and definitely amateur repairs. So, And let's go down to the 2 for the good. Now these gloves are getting in the way for these pages. There you go. Sheesh. Let's see. Spine roll likely. Spine split up to 2 inches. Yeah, definitely. That's 2 inches. That's very close to 2 inches, if not 2 or a little over. Discoloration, fading, foxing, or marred soiling. Cover, significant wear, and may be detached. So I think it's attached, but I cannot prove it. It is amateur repaired with tape, or held together for security for tape. So I cannot verify that it's detached with 100% certainty, but it's definitely detached to the top staple. But unfortunately, the staple, that bottom staple, is covered with tape where it would be, so I cannot verify it. So unfortunately, that is. So yeah, it is a good, nice 2.0. A nice 2.0, good, solid grade. I mean, I wasn't expecting a high grade, honestly. This kind of thing is not likely to, I don't think you're likely to get a very high grade in Golden Age books. You're lucky. Especially superhero books, are you kidding me? But according to the Oversheet Comic Book Price Guide, Action Comics 124 at a 2.0, it'd be $90. And I paid $70. Yeah, $70 with $5 shipping. So I paid $75 for that book. So, slightly undervalued, not too much, but still enough to say you got a deal. Because I noticed that the Oversheet Price Guide is always conservative. What it says and what people will actually want to spend for is far, far different. But that's the one I wanted. I wanted an Action Comics Golden Age. I almost thought about trying to get a World War II, but the one I liked, unfortunately, was coverless, and it was a Superman 88, I think. No, not an 88. Might have been a 30. Might have been 35, because I think 88 is another one that was something else. But it was published in July 45. So, war in Europe was over for 2 months. I believe, yeah, it ended in May 12th, 8th, that weekend, or that week. So it was definitely over in Europe, but we were still gearing up to finish the war in Japan. So it was still a World War II book that I was eyeing, but it was missing. It was coverless, so I didn't want it. I wanted a cover book for my first book, and I think I did pretty damn well. I will be having this one graded, just because I have to protect it, I have to preserve it, and I'm very proud of my first Golden Age book. I mean, this is awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I think this is an awesome book. I just love the old school feel. The graphics and the artwork is so old. The time period is so cool. I mentioned in my last video, I bought this book for another reason besides it. It was published in 1948. I'm one of my passions, one of my hobbies, one I like is politics. Don't worry, I'm not diving into it. But one of my favorite presidents is Harry Truman. I believe Harry Truman, while launching the sending the atomic bomb Japan to bomb Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yes, it was sad and controversial, and on some level, yeah, maybe he shouldn't have done it, but it saved at least 200,000 lives, maybe. They were gearing up to invade mainland Japan, and the mindset of the Japanese, from what I know of, was they're arming children and girls with sticks and weapons and all that, and they were going to fight to the last man. I mean, the last Japanese soldier on one of the islands surrendered in the 50s or 60s. That mindset for their emperor, who was like a god, you didn't. So yeah, I'm convinced that Harry Truman saved my great grandfather's life because he launched the bombs, because he would have been a part of the invasion force. And the reason why that's so important to me was, growing up, I had a hard time fitting in with my family. I mean, I'm sure everyone feels that way at some point, but I felt like the black sheep. I mean, I am the black sheep of the family. Whatever my family likes and on to dealing with religion, I'm the other way. Dealing with politics, I'm the other way. The only thing that really connected us was sports, football, Denver Broncos, go team, and that was basically it. So I didn't have anyone I felt I related to. My great grandfather wrote a autobiography of his life, and reading about him and reading about his personality and what he did, I felt a connection, a very strong connection for the first time to someone in my family. It was an anchor. It was a comfort in times when I felt like I was alone in my family. Again, I don't know if anyone else felt like that, or if I'm unique, or if I'm just one of many stories. But because I felt that he saved his life, that this comic, in a way, is a small connection to my great grandfather's life, to my great grandfather. Ken Moniz, may he rest in peace. He was a great guy, imperfect as are we all, but this comic, in some small way, makes me feel connected to him. I mean, again, I might be weird. You might be wondering, I've dived down some path. Come back, Matt. We don't want you down there. But it is what it is. This world of comic books is amazing. This community is amazing. This family is amazing. We all have our reasons for collecting comic books, certain comic books and all that. This story for Action Comics and that issue for this one is that one. It's a little more complicated and at the same time totally simple for me. But that's my story and that's my connection for this one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my trip down the rabbit hole into memory lane, and my explanation for why I love the comic book, why I picked it. It is what it is. I love it. I mean, and I don't usually love yellow covers. I really usually don't go for yellow covers, but this one is just perfect. Maybe it's because it's a Golden Age book, and the yellow and the griminess of the yellow makes it look like gold. Another silly reason, but it is what it is. But I love this book. I'm glad I bought it, and I look forward to what you guys think of my story and having this one graded. Can't wait to get it back from CGC one of these days and show it to you. I fully expect a 2.0, if not lower. Definitely not higher than a 2.5. But we'll have to see. I can't wait to see what happens. I look forward to this. I look forward to a long and happy experience in this wonderful community family that we share. So comment below if you like this story. Please, if you like my story and like my memories associated with the book, please send me a like. If you appreciate my content, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. I love everyone who subscribes. It means so much to me. Everyone who's been a part of this, I deeply appreciate it. Like, share, and leave me a comment. If you did like what I said, leave me a comment. Tell me if there's a certain part of my story that you liked, or a certain part about the book that you liked. Maybe if you thought that it might have been a higher grade than I thought, give me a shout out. But yeah, like, subscribe, and if you really liked my video, share. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. As I'm filming this, it is Memorial Day, May 27th. It'll not be Memorial Day when I post this, but I'm still gonna say Happy Memorial Day to everyone, and especially to our soldiers and our veterans out there. You guys have put so much on our lives, not only you, but your family. The sacrifice, we owe you so much. We deeply are grateful for everything you've done and that you continue to do. And I hope you stay safe wherever you are in active duty. And have a good night, everyone. That's about it. So, happy collecting, and I'll see you next time for my next video. Till then, ciao.